Let's go to this song. Let's check out You Let Me Down. So that is not Mr. Right. Or is that a past relationship where somebody kind of left you hanging? What happened there?
Yeah, pretty much. I think, like I said, I've been through like enough experiences to know that it's not always like a Nicholas Sparks film, and sometimes you can love people and they can still be wrong for you and you can still be wrong for them. And that was something I really had to learn, which sucked, and I didn't want to believe that for the longest time. I always thought like, no, like they can change, or if you love someone enough, like they'll end up loving you the way you need to be loved. Like that's how it works, right? But the
Yeah.
truth is no amount of love you give someone will necessarily make them give you the same love back, and while those are tough lessons to learn, they're real ones and they're important ones because going into your next relationship, you learn something new about it. So yeah, the song's just about that tough lesson, but also that acceptance of the fact that life just moves on, and sometimes you let people down that you love and they let you down, and it's no one's fault. Sometimes it's just the way it is.
Do you think two people can love each other and still not be right for each other?
Totally. I think that's happened before to me. I think there are always going to be people in your life that you might always love, that'll always love you. But again, love most times isn't enough. You gotta work well together. There's so
Yeah.
much more that you need to check off that list. Love is just a part of it.
This is the iHeartRadio album release party with Alessia Cara for In the Meantime. Hashtag iHeartAlessia Cara. It's out right now. Please get out there. It's a fantastic album. We're going through song by song, really enjoying the music here. Let's talk about Bluebird.
Well, basically, this song I wrote pretty early on in the album making process, and it was before I had kind of come to terms with a lot of things in my relationships, and like I was still unable to let a lot of things go. So when I heard this song with this beautiful sample in it by this girl named Yu Yu, the guitar girl, she's a little girl from China who sings like the most beautiful songs, and the guitar that you hear is basically her playing on a loop. And she did this cover of this song called "I Wish You Love," where she says, "I wish you bluebirds in the spring to give your heart a song to sing." And I just love that concept, and I immediately thought of like when you find out news and you say like, oh, a little bird told me, and because I was dealing with a lot in my life and I really wasn't ready to let certain things go, I kind of wanted to step into a character and sort of like write aspirationally, like in hopes that one day I would actually be this character that would really let go. But the song is actually about like this character that I imagined who, is in love with somebody who's like really far away, who may be in another relationship or something. And she's kind of writing them a letter because she found out that they're moved on or with someone else. And she's basically just saying, I'm letting you go, and I was not in that place yet at the time, but now I definitely am. So looking back now on this song is nice because I can finally be the character that I was writing about.
What is Lie to Me all about?
Lie to Me is also kind of a funny story. So this one's also kind of not really about me. I was in the studio. I was in Montreal, and it was my first time kind of starting to write again post pandemic, or not post pandemic, but when things were starting to be a little safer again. So I hadn't written in a while. I was in the studio, and these people that I were working with called Banks and Ranks, they started writing this really cool funky beat that you hear now. I mean, it was a little bit different than what you hear now, but it was really, really cool. And I was like, they just started sitting there like, all right, like, what do you got? Like, but write something to this. And I was like, oh, it was my first time back. I had written what I thought was everything. I thought I had no more ideas left. And I was like really freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, these guys are waiting for me to write something and I have nothing. And then I was kind of freaking out. But then my friend that I was with ended up coming in the studio with me. And she was also freaking out, like behind me. And I was like, what's going on? I could tell that she was really worried about something. And I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, this new guy that I'm seeing hasn't answered my texts in a while, and I'm getting suspicious. And I was like, no way. And at first I was trying to like talk her down. But then we got into this conversation about how boys cannot make a fool out of us. Like no one is ever going to do that to us. And I was like, I swear to God, if he does anything, like, no. And we were just going on and on about this guy, this poor guy who ended up doing nothing. It ended up being fine. But I had this great idea for the song while he wasn't answering. So I was like, as the song was playing, I just started singing like, I'd rather be by myself than let you lie to me. So I wrote it kind of for her about this dude, and then it ended up being that he was just like out to dinner with his cousin, and he didn't do anything, but the song was good, so we kept it. So shout out to you, sir, for not responding on time, because we had a great song out of it and a great conversation. So there you go.
Imagine if he got back to her quickly, you wouldn't have that song because that was a catalyst for that song. It's hilarious.
Exactly. I know it gave me a great idea, thankfully, because I was stumped that day too. So it worked out really well. I'm glad.
And the two of them since are married with kids, right? It worked out?
Yes, exactly. Not married with kids. Probably soon. I would suspect soon. He's a great dude. But that'd be funny at the wedding if they do get married. That will be the story. That'll be my speech.
Yep.
If I get to do a speech at the wedding.
Middle Ground. Let's take a listen to that. Talk about the collaboration here. This was kind of long overdue, wasn't it?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I also never do like collaborations on my own album. So this is the only collaboration on this album. One of the only ones that I've ever done on my own songs. But I am a huge fan of Chica. She's an amazing artist. And I mean, I discovered her a couple years back with her Tiny Desk performance. Actually, even before that, I think when she did her like the XXL Cypher or something. But she is like such a genius writer and just like such a talented person. She's hilarious. And I just, when I was listening to the album and I heard Middle Ground, I just thought like this song could use somebody on it, a new perspective. And I just love her. So I was like, I feel like it would fit her so well. Yeah. So I asked her and she was nice enough to agree and want to do it. So
see, I had heard, the story goes, I had heard that she wanted to work with you since 2015.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Well, she's always been kind enough to say that she's been a fan for since that long. So I had no idea until like I reached out to her on Twitter and has said like such nice things. So that's really amazing. Definitely long overdue on my end. I've been dying to work with her too.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here. And don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. Bye guys.